happening, guys? So hopefully you've been enjoying the vlogs. As you've seen, the arch is now fully painted in gloss black, which means we are effectively ready to flat and polish it, get it prepared, get it ready to lay down a gel coat, pull some molds off of it. Then we can begin creating our individual pieces. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that wheel on and drop this on the floor because I am dying to see what it looks like. I can't be bothered to actually put it on the floor. I'm going to still put blocks under the wheel because getting it actually on the floor requires 2 jacks and a lot of mucking around, and I'm on my own again. You would have also seen that I've been playing around with the driver's door. That is definitely progressing. While I'm here right now, the next thing I'm going to be doing once I've done this is I'm going to start looking to get the loom running back through the chassis into the door, because I've already begun filling the latch side, but we found out the poppers were not strong enough to open the door. But I have found, we think they're probably about double the strength, so we're going to get them ordered later today. So once they get here, we can progress with that. But I've got plenty of other things to be doing, as well as starting this door. So let's get this wheel on, man. I'm dying to see this.
1, 2, 1, 2. Don't stop. I'm on fire. 1, 2, 1, 2. I love you. No. 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't stop. I'm on fire. 1, 2.
Right, well, first off, yeah. Okay, so when we display this car finally, it's majority going to be displayed in the air. So it was very important to us that the in-air fitment was where we wanted it to be. So right, what I'm going to set this up a little bit closer. Do you know what? Let's do a little pan round of it now in the air, then I'll set it up and then we'll drop it on the floor. Black is definitely not the easiest colour in this light to really see what's going on, but as far as fitment is concerned, I will be perfectly happy displaying my car looking like this. That's a good spot. Okay. Okay, then we can all agree that is pretty dope. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with this. What we can quickly try actually. So you can still see the wheel. Suspension test. That was the door card on the other side falling over. We seem to hopefully have enough clearance-ish, maybe, we don't know, to be honest. It is it's definitely tight here. Maybe when I get this made out of metal, I'll ask him just to flare this a little bit more, or we'll just man up and stop being a pussy about it. So that is enough. That is enough of playing with this side for now, because I effectively have nothing to do to this now until I'm ready to flat and polish it. And once I've got it flat and polished, we'll probably do a whole vlog entirely on the moulding process. It's new for us. We have no idea what we're doing. So likewise for you guys, it's probably it might be a new thing for a lot of you. So yeah, I'll leave it there with that. I'm gonna go and work on the other side. So I'll get some footage together of what I start doing over there. Okay, so here's where we're at. I've got the loom plugged in and I've got the battery turned on. Oh no! Okay, so the mirrors work. We just extended the mirrors because it's always bugged me that in all my pictures the mirrors are flapped in. Okay, so what we have, okay, so you can hear the beep. So as you saw, right, my windows are a little stiff, so it can go up, but it's struggling to return down. Now what happens is when you push the door pin, the beep goes off and the window goes up. So that's sort of symbolising door closes, window up. So when you pop your door, as soon as it opens and releases its pin, it drops the window. The stiffness isn't something I'm too concerned about. So let's test this out. So obviously nothing's fully or properly aligned. Let's tuck all this inside. Okay, so obviously right now the glass is down. Okay, so cable's all out of the way, beeping like mad, window is down, and the window pulled up. Now, we know the popper isn't working too great, but let's see if we can't get it to pop. So everything seems to be fine, within reason. Obviously, we know the pop is an issue. Right. So what I'm going to be doing next, we need to strip this door down some more. Now we know everything seems fine, we know that the latch works, everything's good, it shuts, it pushes up. The popper needs to be changed, but I think I'm ready. We can take the glass out now, because the glass, for me to access the inside and to get this door off, the glass has to come out anyway. So I think, yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to remove the glass from this door, get the door off, do the prep work on that end, do some prep work at this end, and until we sort the roof, we can't really sort the rubber seals. So yeah, let's do some more to this door. The amount of mess you can create just from doing the simplest of jobs. So, as said, the pipe has been cut, the loom fitted through it. So all I've done right now is I've just tacked it in. I mean, it's solid. We've got 3 tacks on the outside, 1 on the inside. So the loom now passes through the chassis roughly in the right area. What we know is, unfortunately, the loom has to transfer that far between the chassis and the door. So somewhere around this point is where I'm going to drill a hole. There's also this size which will grommet, because the cables, once they're inside the door, they can be solid. They won't need any movement. So it will basically pull from this point where the cables are fixed to the grommet. It will pull. The plan is to work from this bit of pipe here, to duct it down with a nice long radius curve down to the floor and straight under the seat. So that way there's good movement under the seat, and there's, you know, I need it to pull out and retract by this amount. So we'll get to that bit once I've figured out springs and whatnot. So next up, now that that's in, I'm not going to drill that hole till the door's off. I could do with a hand getting the door off. So over here now, obviously this is a welded plate. We welded up all the holes that were here, the big hole that was here, the ones that were here. This has been hit with fiberglass, so I'm going to prep that down a little bit more, and we're going to get this up to spec with some easy sand. So once that's looking good, I think it's going to be time to take the door off. Okay, so I've managed to strip the door down. Done another little bit of P40 just here, a little bit here, just to smooth this bit out because it was a little bit lumpy. Obviously I've removed the latch. Once that's dry, I'm going to skim it. Now, so the whole suicide door thing, yeah? Now, you can see, obviously, a considerable sort of patchwork going on there. Obviously, we've never fitted suicide doors before, ever. To be honest, I'll never do it again. But, you know, we basically took a chance on it, and we basically did what we thought was correct. We had the instructions. We were told, obviously, this must be fitted, the actual hinge itself must be fitted as far that way as possible, in a reasonable position. So obviously you have to cut all of this to weld in. There you go. So you have to get this welded in. This is welded into the door. And now on the inside, let's see if I can get in there. So you see the 3 bolt holes, and you see the state of the welding, which is why the door's coming off, because I want to clean all of this up all the way around. You know, this was done, what, 2 years? Maybe? Yeah, maybe 2 years ago on the driveway outside the old house. So from the inside, so this square section is what comes with the hinge. And then we've just used steel bar to, I don't know how well you can see this, but obviously I've used steel bar to strengthen it so that it's not just held in the middle. So the steel bar sort of spans from, you know, down to here, and again up to here, so that the strength of the door is held across the whole span. Again, at this end, I don't know if you can see. No, probably not. So everything inside that end obviously needs to be seam sealed, etc, etc, inside, because at the end of the day, it's the inside of the door card. So, I mean, Nissan didn't even bother to paint it. So we'll get that in fully seam sealed inside, and we'll get it fully smoothed on the outside. We're going to get this off now, and yeah, and go to town on this whole area, basically. I want to get all of this looking, you know, to a much better standard. So let's get this door on the trestles. Right, so this is where we are now, the stage we are now at. I went to absolute town with a die grinder, cleaned up all of the wells, which were real tricky, that were in here and in here. down here, etc. Had a bit of a clear up so I can start to make more mess. Now, what I've done, I've put, obviously over the area where all the welding was, it needs to be protected. It isn't all on show once the door card's on, but this all needs smoothing out. So, now after cleaning all the welds up, the next stage obviously is to get it all sealed with P40, which is fiberglass paste. And I will now begin to sand this down with a DA. Okay, so that is already a lot nicer to look at. That's all been knocked back. We've now got a few, you know, poor bits, little low spots here and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is a much more delicate second fill on this. So I'm going to get that in and we'll let that dry and knock it back again, basically. One of the things I'm trying to do is trying to make it so it flows nicely from the door into the hinge. Just so it looks good when the door's open, basically. Because obviously we have a rubber seal that clips in here, comes down. We then need to bring the rubber seal up and around and continue on. Not really sure how that's going to work, but we'll go from there. Okay, so you can see that this time around everything's gone on a lot smoother, a lot better shape to it. Yeah, so I'm hoping once we've rubbed this one down, it will be pretty much ready for a very thin, nice skim of Easy Sand filler. And that should be this end of the door taken care of. This end already has already been prepped up. This one's basically ready, but this had nowhere near as much work as that end, because obviously this, all we did was remove bolt holes, loom hole, and just blend in this panel, which is entirely covered. Because that's the only bit that's on display, which is the hole that we've cut out for the latch. So, I'm going to let this dry, give it a sand down, and give it a skim of Easy Sand. Okay then guys, as you can see, I'm pretty happy with the car. We've spent most of this vlog, obviously, other than mucking around with this wheel, dropping on the floor for no reason at all, other than because it looks good. We've spent the whole time working on the driver's door. Hopefully on the next vlog, when you come back, we should have that door hanging back on the car, and I'll be ready to install the solenoids. So some people may be interested by this, maybe they don't know how the solenoids work or how door opening systems like that can be done. So I'll go a bit more in depth on that, and I'll stop showing you me filling and sanding doors. So I'll get all that sorted before I start filming next time, and we'll be ready to rock with that. And yeah, the mould's going to happen. I'm just not sure when, because I really want to get both of these doors completed to the same stage. I probably won't film what I'm doing to the passenger door because it's not worth it. You've seen me do one, I don't think you need to see me do another. So come back for the next vlog. Hope you're enjoying it. Drop some comments down there. You know, we'll come back to you. Maybe give us some advice, see what you want to see, let us know what you want to see, what you want to know about the car, and I'll see what we can do.